so many contractors try to go out on their own and they either fail at the very beginning or they get overwhelmed and they don't ever do it. So we're going to give you guys some answers here today. I've been a part of quite a few startups, and I'm telling you, there's a couple keys to success because a lot of them are still going today. So there are some tools that will actually help you guys to actually get through these difficult things, because there's a very large difference in starting out. Like for an electrician, when you start your own company, you end up having to wear a lot of different hats, and it's not skill sets that you're actually equipped to handle. It's the different stuff like business stuff, contacting customers, the professional, like all of the accounting, all of the that different type of stuff. And until you can actually pay somebody to handle all that stuff for you, you have to handle it yourself. So even when you do eventually get to pay somebody else to do that, there are a couple things that will really help you stay on top of your workload and help you keep organized and be professional. One of those things is software. It's a CRM, which is a customer relationship management tool. And it's been one of the best things that I've found to actually help me stay organized with all of my customers and clients, to stay on top of all of my work orders. And so the one that I use is called Markate. And there's a couple key things that a tool like this will help you with. Now, number one, you guys need to know that it is extremely affordable. It's so affordable that you can actually afford this if you're just doing side work currently, trying to work your way out into being on your own. But this will help you tremendously, and it'll make you 1,000 times more professional than you actually are. One of the things it'll help you stay up to date with is your schedule. So if we click here on schedule, we can see here, and we can actually put in our customers' information here. If we do we can put in a work order, a new event, tasks. So we'll go ahead and put one in, and we'll say panel swap. We can change the time and the date. We can get everything set up. We can assign employees if we have them. It's super easy, and you can do it all from just on your phone or on your computer. There's a desktop and there is a mobile app. But the mobile app, what it'll allow you to do is if you're talking to a customer or a potential customer, you can actually get them set up and scheduled right then. You can see what employees are actually available. You can, obviously, if it's just yourself, you can schedule it yourself. It'll be in there. It'll create the work order for you. From there, you can also send quotes to that customer and invoices and be paid from that app right there. And it makes it 1,000 times easier to actually receive payment and to take care of everything and make sure you're on top of it. Now, we can schedule that, and now we can see that on the 31st, we have that scheduled panel swap, 5 to 5:30, 30-minute panel swap. If you guys know, that is so ridiculous. One of the things that'll allow you to do is keep up to date with your customers. This way, if you have repeat customers, you don't have to put their information in more than once. If you're looking for their phone number, if you're looking for previous jobs that you've done, you're looking for the pictures that have been stored on those work orders, so you guys can look back and see and trace your circuits and find all this stuff to figure out what you did when and how you did it. It makes it incredibly easy. And one of my least favorite things about working for yourself is taxes. God bless taxes. And this is another way for you to keep track of everything from expenses to profit and loss. If you go to the dashboard here, it's got a couple different things that'll really show you how you're doing. Also on just like jobs in general, it puts everything in. Obviously, these are samples. I'm not going to just give you guys all flat out my info. But you've got everything from job forecast, business performance, total sales, jobs won, expenses, and you guys can add in some different things in there, but it'll actually take your information from those jobs. It'll take all your expenses. It'll take, the actual estimate that you put in, and it'll show you how you guys are doing. So that way, if you're not doing great, you don't have to like crunch the numbers and basically like do some super math to try to find out how you're doing on a job. It'll tell you straight up without any hassle or hustle. It makes it easy. All right. So now if we go to estimates, we can create an estimate here so quickly, so efficiently, and it's professional when it gets to the customer. So if we have our customer's information in here already, we can just select them. It'll have their address in here for the job location. Then we can go to service. All your services will be saved. So if you do a panel swap and you have the prices in there, to go from a 100 amp panel to a 200 amp panel, a service, then you'll have the prices in there for everything. You'll be able to just add it in. And after you put it in one time, you can just leave it and forget it. There's a requested deposit. So if you need half up front and half at the end, or if you want the whole thing or a percentage, whatever it is, you guys can put that in here and request it at the beginning, and they can pay through the email. It's incredibly better than a lot of the other stuff, and it helps you keep track of it. So like I said, taxes at the end of the year, you're not scrambling trying to find everything. You got it all on lock, and everything integrates with QuickBooks if that is something that you guys use or are going to use, which if you're going to do this and you aren't using it, I suggest you do. Makes life so much easier. I did do a video on sending estimates with this, and I'll tag that at the end of this so you guys can actually see the process of that. However, I really just want to cover these are the business things that make it a lot easier when you actually use software that I don't have to figure it out. I can actually just go here and it'll show me, it'll type up the pre-written thing for the invoice. I can change that and it can be custom, and I can actually add in stuff. But we'll sit here and we can go to the invoice. It'll schedule everything out. It'll give the customer all the information that they need, and it'll be directly tied to the work order that we created at the very beginning on the schedule. It'll be all there. We can take photos. They connect with Company Cam, which is great. I love that because it helps you keep track of everything that you've done. There's proof that the work's been done. If you've ever had issues with being paid, then there's proof. And more importantly than anything, when you are professional and you're professionally set up, you guys, it makes it so much easier for your customers to recommend you to their friends and their family and the people that they work with, okay? It also makes it easier for them to use you again, okay? And lastly, it gives them less excuses not to do things like pay on time. When you aren't on your P's and Q's, your customer's a lot more likely to try to take advantage of you and not pay. When you're on top of it, people don't want to try to take advantage of you as much. They also are just see you as more of an authority. Sometimes that's hard to do early on. One of those things that we can do is get some software like Markate. And the reason why I use Markate instead of any of the other CRMs is because they're incredibly affordable, okay? Incredibly affordable. And on top of that, they come with all of these features that are world class. They're great. It's super user friendly, and they fit my needs well for a service-based business, right? Everything's quick, easy. I can do it from my phone when I need to. If I'm sitting there talking to a customer in person, if I have a friend who I run into who tells me that they need something done, I can set it up, get it scheduled right there on the spot, get that quote out almost immediately. And the faster that you get your quotes out, the more likely you are to be chosen. The more timely you are, the more likely you are to actually win the job. There is a free 2-week trial, guys, for Markate down in the description. So you guys go check that out. I'm telling you, if you try it, you'll love it. You won't regret it. Even if you're just doing side work right now, it's something that you're going to want to check out. But if you guys are interested, you guys head up to this video to see just how those estimates work. Remember, it's all for His glory, and I'll see you guys on the next one.